A mobile hospital with an untouched surgery. If you're searching for pictures of urban exploration on the internet, you might come across this set of railway carriages. This place is known as medical train within the Urbex community. It's supposed to be somewhere in eastern Germany. But if you have a closer look to those pictures, you might notice that there are no signs of vandalism at all, and that, apparently, everything is still there. So we wanted to know, is it really possible that a place like this could be abandoned? No, it's not. Not at all, actually. A non-profit association is looking after the ambulance train. We traveled all the way to the location, and a friendly member of this association showed us around. Frankly, it was a bit odd to explore a site with permission, but it was as exciting as always. So join us on a quite unusual adventure. The medical train is located on an old railway yard in Strasbourg, Germany. It's the premises of the so-called Eisenbahnfreunde, in English, Friends of the Railway. This association deals with the preservation of historical rail vehicles, amongst others several trains from bygone eras. Some of those were creating a post-apocalyptic atmosphere on the property. But we were here to see the medical train. It's a so-called Katastrophenzug, which means catastrophe train in English. There were 14 of them in total, distributed all over the former German Democratic Republic. Originally, this one right here was located in Leipzig and went under the name of K9. That's short for Catastrophe Train number 9. Unfortunately, most of those K trains were scrapped by now. But this one is one of the few trains that have survived. In the 1950s, the German State Railroad Company started to produce the first catastrophe trains. Officially, they were planned as emergency trains during natural disasters. But this civil protection was only a disguise. Off the record, those vehicles should serve as ambulance trains for the USSR and the GDR's National People's Army. Allegedly, those trains were only in transit during night hours to prevent possible espionage activities. In case of a nuclear war, those vehicles would have been called into action as some kind of first care. Fortunately, the deployment of the trains didn't become necessary. The railway carriages had different functions. We would like to show you some of them.
Das heißt, na gut, aber wenn du verletzt bist und du bist im Delirium, ich glaube, da kriegst du das nicht mehr so im Kopf. Das ist ja mal übelst geil, die Konstruktion. Weil du bist auf dem Schlachtfeld, wirst dann hier reingetragen, wirst dann einfach hier hingehauen und dann kommt die Schwester von hinten und holt dich dann einzeln rein.
Ja, das ist schon praktisch.
A variety of cots on both sides of the wagon. always one above the other. In this sick bay there was space for 27 patients in total. Over here the wounded were waiting for their treatment. From here the patients were brought to the surgery. What a terrifying imagination! Undergoing a surgery inside a moving train which might be rushing through a war zone. But when it's a matter of life and death, you probably don't have any other choice. This room was and is provided with all the necessary medical equipment. There even was a medical ventilator. In the apothecary cabinet, doctors could find a variety of drugs. Machines that were standing right next door were used for sterilizing all the surgical instruments. Inside the shower room for the patients, we found a doctor's kit that is still fully equipped. And on top of this, a traveling bag filled with dressings. As it seems, some of this equipment was even in use quite a while ago. Of course, a wagon with a kitchen shouldn't be missing. Several hundred portions of meals could be prepared here at once. There was a maintenance department too. 4 trainmen were on board of the train all the time, ensuring that it is fully functional. Depending on the mission, they were joined by several doctors, nurses, cooks and other assistants. Without doubt, this is a very remarkable vehicle. The medical train is drawing attention from urban explorers all across Europe. Unfortunately, plenty of them don't know that this is more like a museum than an abandoned site. As we were told, the train was broken into by photographers several times already. In order to get access, even windows had been smashed. To be honest, this is just stupid. All you need is to ask those friendly association members and they will let you in. In fact, it's even free. But if visitors are interested, they can support the preservation of the train with a voluntary donation. For more information regarding the medical train or the association, you should take a look on their website. You can find a link to that in the video description down below. Those people are happy about every visitor as long as they're respectful and don't break in. Since we saw the first photos of the medical train, we have been fascinated by the place.
Holy shit.
It was great to finally see this extraordinary vehicle with our own eyes. But this exploration was an exception to the fact that we limit ourselves to sites which are truly abandoned. So after roaming around on the railway yard for an hour, we decided to head back to our car, because there are so many places out there which have been forgotten and are now waiting to be rediscovered. Are you interested in more, let's say, official explorations? Tell us in the comments what you would like to see on our channel in the future. And if you want to help us creating more and even better videos, you should take a look on our Patreon page. Thanks for your support, guys. See you next time.